You need the Spinz.
You gotta have the Spinz 808.
Spinz 808. The Spinz 808 is the best 808
of all time.
Started DJing at 11 or 12. Shit, if I would have told somebody that I was gonna be on the radio when I was 16, have my own show, people probably would have thought I was crazy until it happened. So it ain't no fucking age limit, you know what I'm saying, man? If you want some shit, go out here and get it, bro. Spinz 808, I've been greeted with it more times than I can count. It's way bigger than me. I'm really just glad to be a part of something that could help the community. That shit is helping y'all. I love it. That's what I wanted to do.
So let's get into what we need to get into, and that's the DJ Spinz 808.
Oh, here we go.
ATL, the GOAT Father, is here. Don Cannon, you know what it is, man. Another episode of BackTrak, and I had to do something crazy, and that's the 808 by Spinz. Yeah, that's right, the Spinz 808 with DJ Spinz and no other than ATL. You know how I get down. I'm back home for a little bit. We're gonna go through this episode. Make sure you download the all new Tomorrow app, man. Get all the episodes ad-free. Ad-free, ad-free. You can get my drum kit on there, Cannon's Revenge. You know what this is, baby. BackTrak, Don Cannon. Something crazy. Man, this was a must. We just got here to the goat farm. And the reason I call it the goat farm, because I sit with goats. I'm a goat, he's a goat. My brother from another, DJ Spinz, is in this motherfucking building. Y'all best respect this interview. This is gonna be one for the books. I'm telling you why. We're gonna debunk a lot of shit. We're gonna talk about the DJ Spinz 808 supposedly. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get busy, man. My brother, what's up?
Good, brother.
Finally wanted to do this, man. We've been trying to get this done for a minute, but now's the right timing. Right now, like all the new music that's coming out, I feel like you one of the pioneers to that. And we're gonna debunk it. I'm gonna give you the Mount Rushmore trap music down here. I'm gonna give you the Mount Rushmore DJs coming from the South. I'm gonna give you, the Mount Rushmore of teaching. There's a lot of people that don't know this about you. You taught a lot of people. You showed a lot of things, and that's something that's hard to do. Every little piece of my career after, I show the next man how to do the next job. I show how people to get money. I show people how to be passionate about what they're doing, and you do the same thing. So I feel like we align here today, and it's gonna be a good interview.
Man, thank you.
Tell the people about yourself, man.
Hey, man, Spinz, DJ Spinz to some people. I'm just here. I'm here with a goat, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
We fit the description, like my man Leslie would say.
Another goat,
yeah,
by the way.
So being from Augusta and not from Atlanta,
right,
as a youngin', was it always your dream to get to Atlanta for a reason, for your career, or was it just like, nah, I'm Augusta, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn this one up. Yeah,
once I had any kind of sense, I knew I had to get here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just becoming like a teenager and just the music that I'm a fan of,
yep,
and just knowing everything is going on 2 hours up the street.
Yep.
So
yep,
I think everything that I did there was, that was where I got my opportunity to do anything. But I knew that, I had to go to that next level to be in the grounds, to get seen, to get heard, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I figured that out like early high school.
Right, and you started DJing, right?
Yeah, I started DJing when I was probably like 11.
See what I'm saying? This is the same, we aligned, bro. I started at 6 years old, 7 years old. I got my first turntable actually at 3.
Yeah.
Didn't know what I was doing, of course.
Yeah.
But started early. But, at 11, I was DJ rapping and making beats at that time.
Yeah.
But now you see in the DJ, it's like you're starting early. You're starting to get a rhythm of what music really is.
Yep.
Was there a big rap scene out there when you was coming up?
In the city?
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, it was like local rappers,
Okay.
and like some of my friends were rapping.
Yep.
But it wasn't, you had like people who were like infamously from Augusta, like Pastor Troy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But, all of that was like a little before me. So
Gotcha.
like in my generation, all we had was Pastor Troy, James Brown, it was like few and far between.
See how I said that? James Brown.
What? Well, you know, I mean, you know, that's probably
James Brown.
Yeah, that's
one of the best.
Yeah, the most notable, you know, from the city.
Facts.
But you know, that's generations ago, and he's the OG. So
that's a fact.
You know, in my peer space is just, you know, I'm just a young cat DJing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I had to figure it out. And then my mom, she was very supportive, but she also wanted me to get my grades too.
That's right.
So you
Every
know,
parent want their grades, right?
Yeah.
I hated school. I ain't gonna lie.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? But I did it because, you know, every time I came home with some A's, I get a piece of equipment, whether it be like a DJ, mixer. My mom busted her ass. She worked 2-3 jobs just to get me what I needed. And, you know, and she didn't even have to believe in what I was doing. She just knew that not too many people in our family went to college. That's most of the black family thing where people don't go to college. You know, we don't get a good chance to thrive. So it was always something where she was doing something like incentives. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to spend my last, but you're going to get this $200 Radio Shack mixer.
She was leading you in the right direction.
Yeah, so that's the story that most of us tell. When you were 11, I don't know if it was still a little early. When did you catch the bug of, damn, I love this shit?
Man, to be honest, so like how you said you kind of started at 6, 7. I didn't have any turntables back then, but my uncle and my grandma owned a club. So like literally since I was 0 and before that. So when I came out, I was at the club like when I'm 0, 1, and it was kind of like a soul, disco, you know, blues type of thing. But daytime it was a day bar. At nighttime it turned into like a club, like a disco. So I knew the DJ back then, but he's playing soul, you know what I mean? And you know, I'm growing up and into whatever music is popular at the time, you know, and that, like, and really looking back on that, it was such a blessing because it kind of like instilled in me all of that flavor, and I didn't even know what was going on. I just used to hear it, you know what I mean? And like, you know, like, but now it's like, you know, like even with stuff like Boots on the Ground, I'm like, man, I've been listening to blues since I was, you know what I mean? Like,
youngin',
so it just kind of molded me. And then my uncle gave me an opportunity at the club one time when I was probably like 10, 11, and then I ended up having to rock old people, like, you know, they crowd.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That story is so familiar.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
It was like, you know, that. And then I think around that time, it was kind of like, I realized I wasn't going to be tall.
Yep.
Like I'm
Basketball's over.
Yeah, it's over. It's cooked. Like, you know, I'm outside, you know, doing my thing. It's cool, but that ain't going to be it. So probably I'll say like 7th, 8th grade, I really just locked in and I was like, I love DJing. Like, and then I got my first turntables maybe 9th or 10th grade.
What was the brand?
Oh my God. Oh, I had, if you remember, American Audio Pro Scratch 2s.
Of course.
Yeah, I had those first. And then I finally saved up my gig money and got some CDJ 800s.
Woo.
Yeah,
that's crazy. When you were DJing, did you have any thought process of being a producer later on? Did you was like, yo, you just...
No.
Okay.
Like literally the production started to come in once I moved up here. So literally, so let's just say 10, 11 to 18 when I moved up here. I've been DJing for 8 years. I was already on the radio.
Right.
I was already, you know what I mean, doing the biggest stuff there and, starting to get my feet wet into Atlanta. And it was like, damn, when I got up here, it was like, especially in the club scene, it was like skill, because I was blessed to learn from like DJs who were like really with hands. Like I know you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I had hands and I came up here and I was like,
it ain't the same.
Yeah, niggas ain't having hands. So like, and you know, not overly just going, but it's like, you know, tastefully bringing it in. So it was kind of too easy. Yeah. And then at that point, it was just like, all right, like, not DJing is getting boring, but let me just start trying to make
figuring
beats.
out the next. Yep. When you were trying to figure out the beats, did you reference back to your aunt and uncle owning the club and be like, man, I'm gonna start sampling soul and figuring out that? Did you get into that, or you just was like, I'm gonna play my own shit?
Man, listen, bro, I'm so glad you said that, because I think this is where maybe a southern producer, or just, I'm gonna say a novice producer that I was, I didn't even know what sampling was. Like, I never even thought about it. So like, when I first started, I think I got like a interface or something to record mixtapes, and then I got Reason with it. So I started fucking with Reason, and back then I think it was Reason 3. It was no audio. It was like MIDI. I didn't know what that was. Yep. and I didn't have MIDI on my interface. So I was just making little shit in Reason, trying shit, and I'm like, I'm on Spinz beat 11, Spinz beat 12. To me, these shits is cheeks. Like, but you know what I'm saying? It was like, it's crazy because I was in college and Scream actually came through. And he was the one who he was like, you know, I'm doing tapes. Like, he was like, your beats, I was like, bro, I'm just playing around. But he was like, I'm gonna start taking you around.
What college was it?
I was at the Art Institute.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, because that was the trick to come up here. Like, my mom was
Everybody got a trick. Finesse.
I mean, you know, I did my part though in the end, but my mom was like, I'm not just sending you up to Atlanta to do music. You got to go to school. Yeah. So I was like, Mama, I ain't gonna lie. You send me to regular school, my attention span is like this. I don't think it's gonna work. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste your time.
Especially in Atlanta, bro. You moving around.
Yeah. So we found the Art Institute. I wanted to go to Full Sail, but it wasn't in the budget at the time. So went to the Art Institute, and they was on quarters instead of semesters. First quarter, I went up there, no CDJs. She was like, nope, you ain't going up there to do woo-woo-woo.
Damn.
So I had to bring the grades home.
Why you ain't sneak them out? Why you be like, yo, she ain't gonna see them, they gonna be in my suitcase, bro.
Man, nah, I just had to show and prove. She was like, if you show me your grades first quarter.
Bring them back down.
But guess what? That was in October, January 15th. But matter of fact, I think January 22nd, mixtape out. Like, not playing. Like, we doing this shit straight up. So, but yeah, Scream would take me around. He started taking me around to, when he was doing tapes, to studios. Yeah. And I play beats, and he just was like, they decent. And I'm like, they suck. But you know what I'm saying? That kind of gave me the confidence. And
he was the leader, so you had to listen to him like, yo, bro, shit, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, he kind of put a battery in my bag. I was like, thank you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how that happened.
Right. Shout out to Scream, man. He's one of the guys that we don't speak as much, but when we do, we speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's my man. Like, he's one of these guys in the game. You know, in the DJ game, especially in the mixtape world.
Oh, yeah.
It was a rough world, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
He was dissing each other, all that. He's one of the people that me and Drum never really went at. We was just one of those guys that
it was
fuck with, man.
And just, I know you know this and people know this, but it's just like, for me as a kid growing up, right? Listening to y'all and like also seeing what y'all was going through, like with just the legal shit. Cause it was I was just talking about this recently. It was such a gray area, but y'all were pushing it forward. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, like, people don't even understand what y'all really dealt with, bro.
That's real.
So like, you know, I was super inspired by that. Like from y'all to Scream to everything. And it's just like, you know, I know it was a lot going on, but I always, even to this day, man, and I think that's what keeps me in it, I just been driven by the music. Like, when it be all the extra shit, I kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? I just take a back seat because it's like, man, I just love music. I'm trying to make some fire shit.
Yeah, that's how me and Drum survived, really. We was just, you know what I mean? We was in a space where we doing it for the love of the music, but we never even thought about all the stuff that come with it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But we was doing it for the music, and that's why I appreciate Scream. Shout, we don't say flowers here. We say we give you your medals. Shout out to DJ Scream.
1,000.
Y'all started Hoodrich. Right.
Well, they started and then they took me in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so
dope.
I was a kid.
He said I was a kid.
It was running the street,
Yeah, so the Hoodrich family, y'all built something special, man. Like I said in the beginning, y'all took people under y'all wing and breed some of the best producers that have ever come out of the city and just going worldwide with the sound. I remember early, you know, Childish Major. I remember early Done Deal. I remember, you know, Pretty Boy Tank, you know, shout out to Tank.
Yeah.
Some of these guys that came out, even people that you've taken under your wing, you know, you've shared plenty of secrets with Sonny. You shared secrets with Tro, you know, Retro Boomin. Talk about why you became in the mentor space for these guys.
Yeah. All right, so try not to make this super long-winded, but let's take it back to Augusta. How I ended up getting on the radio at 16. I was ambitious, but just as important, somebody gave me an opportunity.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they didn't have to. So, you know, from that stemming, you know, or seeing that, it's just like, I kind of had this thing in me the whole time to where it's like, yeah, I can't give it to you, but if I see you hungry, it's like, I'm going to feed you with knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And like, give you like to this day, give you what I know.
Yep.
Because each one teach one, you know what I mean? Me lighting another flame ain't gonna do nothing but help light the world up. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep that, even Screen, giving me an opportunity. I'm hungry, he like, nah, you know what I mean? So I try to do that for people who are, you know, hungry and around me, and I see they genuinely want it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And you go through seasons to where you see people who you might have gave something to, and they might have wanted it for the wrong reason.
Right.
And then it end up, they go a different path, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for me, I don't feel bad about lighting another candle ever.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I always want to do that because people did that for me, and I got to pay it forward. You know, it's just like, instilled in me.
Got to. I battle with this all the time. We're just switching gears a little bit. DJing and producing, they say it goes hand in hand.
Right.
I always battle this, and I always on plug about this, right? DJ Plug.
Happy birthday.
Listen to this, bro. Happy birthday. The balance. Why is it so hard for us to balance? Like, if I give you an example, if I'm DJing in the club, I'll do that for a good 4 or 5 months, and I won't make no beats. Right. But then I'll make beats for like 2 months and won't DJ. But I can never find a balance of just being able to do both. DJ and beats, you know, and Plug will go 5 days a week for 6 months, and then he'll pop up like, yo, I just dropped a beat. And it's like, bro, why you can't do both? But it's like, we can't lose both. Like, I never wanted to get rid of DJing. Right. And I always loved producing more, but I didn't want to get rid of DJing. Why can't we find that balance?
I think it's circumstantial because, you know, even with like, let's just say if I'm not DJing, right? I might go so hard making beats for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, but then I might just get off it because I feel like you have to have, especially when you like creating and producing, you have to have material.
That's right.
Like, so like I think you got to go live life and do stuff. And I think DJing can be part of that. So like if you're doing a tour and you going out, seeing a bunch of crowds, subconsciously you picking up all that energy. You seeing what make people move.
Good point.
Yeah, you seeing what's going on. And then I think even subconsciously when you get back to the beats, you going to implement that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's just a necessary process. You know what I mean?
I always thought of like going in the club, I'm keeping the pulse. I'm keeping the bounce. Yeah. So I'm adding that to what I had. Yep. But the fact that I was in the South, it was a different bounce for me. You know, I was trying to figure out how to do Philly, Atlanta versus Atlanta. Right. Because I wasn't here. I had this thing about being cultured. So when you're here, you're getting culture in another way in the South versus the North. It's two different vibes. Right. So I was trying to figure out that balance because I know when Plug was telling me about it, it was like, yo, we going back and forth about, bruh, make more beats. He'd be like, man, DJ, I love DJing. And I'm like, you right, because I loved it too. Staying in the same gear, DJ'd all the clubs in Atlanta, right? What was your favorite? Man. Old and present.
Man, for me, I left out like the last club I just was, like had a residency in it. Essentially, it's not residencies in Atlanta, but
it is. But yeah.
Yeah. So Obsessions, man.
Obsessions.
But I mean, every club had its own like lore. You know what I mean? So we had great times at Obsessions. I think it was just a pinnacle for me because that's where I went out at, and then it was just like the capacity of it. You know, we used to have mega clubs out here. Like clubs that hold 1,000, 1,200, 1,400 people, you know what I mean? And that shit full every week.
Yep.
So, you know, I think that's a kind of a thing of a past now. Like even back to the upper scale of that, which was Velvet Room back in the day. I just seen a picture of that.
Velvet Room.
Yeah, like, yeah, it was a time, and, you know, it had sections, but it was just a lot more partying, I feel like, going on back then than it is now.
It is.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, I think Obsessions was great. The Texano era was great.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. All of them had their little special thing about them.
Right. Let's talk about business and DJing a little bit. Mm-hmm. Going into these clubs, I was taught later, actually, the less they see you, the more you can control how much they can pay you.
Oh, yeah.
In Atlanta, the paychecks weren't always the best. Mm-mm. How did you negotiate those deals? Like, how did you say, yo, I'm not coming to DJ 10 to 4 for $400?
I left.
Well, you also had hits.
Yeah,
so you was like, shit, I could afford to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Thankfully.
So you left. So that was the pivot of I can get paid what I want to get paid and not be the slave to what Atlanta's doing.
Yeah, it was a blessing. Because I still, you know, we all have DJ friends. So I still talk to a lot of my DJ partners, and man, it's still crazy out here. Right. You know what I mean? Like I feel for them, and it's a whole ecosystem. You're dealing with promoters, you know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is.
Chase them down for your money.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? That was one of the points me and John got the mixtapes. I mean, I was heavy in the clubs, but we did the tapes because we couldn't get in the clubs, number one.
Yeah.
We had 2 battles. So our first battle before we had the raid was being in Atlanta doing mixtapes, and people like, y'all coming down here doing this shit, y'all can get the fuck out. That was the whole vibe at first. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then it led to, we fuck with them. Let's get with them. And then the raid happened, and then, you know, so on and so forth. But I feel like in this city, we had to fight. All of us had to fight for a current rate in that club.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it was a brutal rate.
Yes.
And it was like, oh, we'll give you this in a bottle. It's like, bro, I don't want the bottle.
Yeah,
I
bro,
won't drink.
Get into the hoes.
You feel me? Get after them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, bro, where are we at with it, with the money? So where I'm going with this is, how does that transfer into production? You run into brown paper bags and stuff like that. How did you negotiate and gauge your price?
Man, the crazy thing is like, it's always been hard for me to determine a price for me because, like, the brown paper bags would come.
Yeah.
But, like, for better or for worse, I always just kind of, like, and even if I did something for some money, right? Like, my main thing was always, like, passion. So it was hard a lot of times.
Heart was in it. Yep.
Yeah, it was hard when, like, people would come, because, you know, the paper bags is coming. Yep. But it's like, when I get in it, like, I kind of stopped doing it a lot because, and I'm sure you know about this, you would get in the studio with these dudes or these local rappers, whatever, and I want to beat like him.
Yep.
And I'm like, bro, like,
yep.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I get in the studio with the other person, he not saying that. Like, whatever beats I pull up, or like we vibing and we make it like it's cool, and then we make a song. But they trying to make a song like him. And it's like, man, this shit wasting my time. So I kind of like, it's always been hard for me to just put a number on it. It'd be like, all right, bruh, let me hear what you're doing. Let me see if I can contribute to it, and then we'll talk about, you know what I'm saying?
Was it something like you were like, yo, Scream, handle that for me? And he could do that?
Or Rip or somebody like,
you know
what I'm saying? Like, they screen it. Because it's like, for me, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, and you can't be the bad guy most of the time. You're the creative, so you can't really do it. But I know we were taught to get a manager, get a lawyer, get this, but we never worked on our business ourselves. Facts. So I feel like when we work on our business, then we can get a value of what we actually doing. Facts. So, you know, I feel like, you know, managers are good, but we still had to, and that's why I asked the question, because there's a lot of creators out here that's walking around with no proper guidance, no management, no agents or whatever you want to call, and trying to figure out, damn, my heart big, I can't even charge what I want to charge.
Yeah, hell nah, boy, get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
This shit is a business.
Yeah, get that money. Going into the world of your first hit, what was it?
Locally, like not Billboard, locally it was Go Shorty Go and Get Naked with Travis Porter.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And this was crazy because when I'm reading the credits and I see your name, I'm like, oh shit, I'm playing these in the club.
Yeah, that's how it started though. That for me, like the songs or whatnot, like they started from the club. So like Travis Porter, I tell the story all the time. Travis Porter, the Rich Kids, Cash Out, all of them, right? They were at the clubs I was DJing. So like we built relationships. Religiously. Yeah, like every week.
Yep.
You know, like Cash Out, like he gonna meet me at the club. Yep. Travis Porter, like, and then me and Ali from Travis Porter, we had the same birthday a year apart.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So we cool. We all around the same age, Strap Quiz. So after the club, we would just go to my house with the after move, with the vibes, and I had a mic in the middle of the room.
Wow.
And like my beginner production, I might be like a year and a half in, and they rappers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just boom pat, you know what I'm saying? And one day we fuck around and make Go Shorty.
Yeah.
And like, I know you know Charlie.
Yep.
When Charlie called me, because they would send, whatever we ended up making over the nights, they'll send it to Charlie the next morning. Yep. Charlie called me like that afternoon or something. Spinz, I think we got something. I'm like, I ain't know what was going, you know what I mean? I'm just, you know, trying, making shit. Yeah. And when I really felt like it was real it was probably a month or two later, or a couple weeks, and that shit started going, and they had dropped a tape with it on there, and I'm playing it in the club. I'm like, whoa. Like, well, we made this shit in the living room.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they're not named as one of the best groups in the South, and those guys made some hits, bro.
yeah.
And I feel like they need some medals. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Go Shorty Go was one. Like,
For sure.
you know, my cousin here, we used to go to Dreams, and I used to DJ those clubs. Like, those was them records that I used to kill the club with.
Yeah.
And one thing I do appreciate about Atlanta, too, that I noticed, in certain places up north, West Coast, we get in this place where our production and our creativity is heavily criticized. In the South, y'all would go in and I remember D Rich saying this. He was like, bro, I would just make beats. It don't matter if they was whack or not. And Bankroll coming in like, yo, let's make one before we go out to the street and just have something in the car to ride to. That appreciation for y'all just going in the studio and collabing is like different. And I feel like that's where the South became the South in the rap music and took over, is because it wasn't like you making a beat and your first year in, they could be like, man, I don't like this nigga beats. Them beats ain't really that hitting.
Right.
They tried everything and made hits with them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I appreciated that.
But I think it's more so this too, though. It's just kind of like in the South, and I know, you know, it's just like we just be vibing. So it's kind of like the beat might be ass, but
We gonna try something.
yeah, we just throwing paint at the wall, and sometimes that shit happen. Like the beat that I spent 2 hours on, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker going crazy. A nigga might walk in and be like, but hell nah. But the boom pat, nigga going crazy, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, shit, whatever works. For real.
Second record. What was the biggest record after that?
So Go Shorty Get Naked around the same time. And then, so the first one that I caught was like some Billboard success was Cashing Out, with Cash Out. You know what I'm saying? That was my...
Smoker.
Yeah, that was what allowed me to say that to the club.
Smoker.
You know what I'm saying?
Smoker.
So that was...
Was that a 50%er?
Absolutely. But, I mean, same thing, like, I feel like I was in a blur at that time. I was in the club every week and just making shit. So it was like, and you know, you got people who going crazy who I'm looking up to, like Drummer Boy, Zaytoven, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit going on.
Facts.
And I'm just a young DJ, you know, doing the mixtapes, but also like a producer student, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, like that shit started working. I think 2 Chainz Riot was around that time too. It was just like, I don't even remember how I made them beats. I was just like, I might come home from the club, just make some shit and be like, damn, like niggas fuck with it, all right.
Before that record came out, estimate, you ain't gotta give me a number, but estimate, you was in the club how many days a week as
like
a DJ?
3, 4.
3, 4.
Yeah.
What was the estimated dollar amount you was walking away from?
Now, I ain't gonna lie now. I mean, you know, I was having now. I ain't gonna lie. On that level, like, I was like, you know, shit. Because when I got out of school, you know, my mom was like, you know, what you want to do? I was like, shit, I make my rent in a couple days, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, the refund check was paying for it or whatever. But now it's like, shit, I'm just cooking up, making shit, DJing. I'm like, I'm going to figure it out.
Right.
So I probably was making like $1,500 a week.
Okay,
You know what I'm
so-
saying? $1,000 a week.
So I'm just going to show you, cashing out,
Oh, yeah.
let him walk away from a lot of money. You know what
I mean, and then, you know, money was different back then,
was.
too. I mean,
Yeah, it was.
it ain't like I'm big niche, you know what I'm saying?
But you was doing all right.
Yeah, you know,
you doing
supporting
all right.
myself.
Yeah. Before cashing out, I'm talking about the club money. You're going into you're coming off the Travis Porter songs, right?
Which I made. I made no money.
That was good though. It was. I'm getting my feet wet.
Yeah, for like 2 years, and they was going to get show money. I didn't make a dime. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the producer hazing. That's what I call it.
Yeah, producer hazing. Did you say, yo, I ain't making no money, I'm gonna do a pub deal and get some advance so I can get my shit together, or you just chucked it?
The pub deal didn't come until the Billboard one until Cashing Out.
Okay.
Now, you know, hindsight on that, would I have done a pub deal now? Probably not. You know what I mean?
We all say that. I looked at it, it's like, bro, I wouldn't have did that. What was I doing that?
Yeah, but I was green. I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know?
We all the same.
For sure. I learned, though.
Moving on from Cashing Out, what was the next record?
Damn. damn, I can't. It was a lot of like, I think some Future shit around there. What else?
Fuck up some commas or something like that?
Commas then, I think we did that in 2015. So it was a lot of shit like in between that, like just street records with Pluto, like Trending Topic, you know, all the old dirt.
Street classics.
Yeah, dirty shit on Dirty Sprite, shit on Streets is Calling, Astronaut Status. I'm trying to think. It was some records in between that window. I just have to, I guess, look at it. But I guess big hit after that was probably, Commas. And then, Honest. Honest came in the middle of that.
Honest.
Yeah.
Honest. So the correlation between the different types of production, because most people don't know you do all kinds of records. You know what I'm saying? You do hip-hop records. You do those type of records. You keeping the 50%ers going. You keeping some of the collabs going. Did you stop at one bit like, bro, I'm working on Pluto's new shit. Let me go back to where my aunt and uncle used to play those records, try to sample and chop up some shit to give to Pluto.
Okay, I'm glad we came back to this because I wanted to talk about it earlier. So that's where I felt like y'all coming from that culture, like you had studied your roots and you know that was y'all culture.
Yep.
I didn't know. I was a 50%er, but it wasn't like I was doing it to be a 50%er. This was the only way I knew how to make beats.
Right.
I didn't even know how to cut samples until I started doing boom bap.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is present day. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I learned it in reverse. So I literally came into it like just keyboard. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like all of them, I guess in turn became 50%ers, and then, we started collabing and shit. We just busted down the middle and shit like that. But like sampling came super late in my career. Actually, my catalog to this day has no samples in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't say the same.
I mean, but it's
I'm 90% samples.
As a producer.
I got a couple 50s though.
But as a producer now, I appreciate that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that art. It's amazing to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm super intrigued. You know what I mean? I'm telling you now, I'm like, I need the Canon kit. I need the Canon tips. Like,
something new.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to get back to that, because we also find, new inspiration in our roots. When we're moving forward, we're trying to find people to work with. We often go back to the original state. Yep. You say you worked on Reason. What was the one you felt comfortable with when you moved from Reason to FL? Or what?
Nah, FL came last.
Okay.
Right before Ableton, but
was it Logic?
Yes.
Okay.
My first hits came out of Logic.
Logic, yeah. I think I remember that. I think I was trying to get you on Ableton from
Yes,
Logic.
You was the first person I seen with Ableton. You was telling me, this back early Uzi. You was like, but it's Ableton shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I gotta learn it. Because the dudes who I was on tour, the EDM dudes, they were doing that whole DJ set on this. I'm like, I'm looking at it like alien technology. Like, how are you DJing and not... You don't hit a cue 0.1 seconds late. Like, the shit is perfectly timed.
Facts.
Yeah, it fucked my mind up. And I didn't actually learn Ableton until maybe 2019, 2020. Yep. So, yeah, you was definitely way on the front lines of that.
I was early on that. You actually changed my thought process in making beats as well, because I think it was like one day it was 2015, we was in there, and I couldn't figure out how this 808 was supposed to go on this record. Yeah. So I came and got you. It's like you was in this room, and I was like, yo, come over here, Uzi over here. We trying to figure this record. It was Uzi, Cardi, left, right.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out. Marley Raw already had it, but I was like, bro, we gotta get somebody. And the fucked up thing is, I'm coming in thinking I'm got this intricate ass drum beat going on. And you came in there, I was like, bruh.
Yeah, it's super simple, bro.
Fucked me up. And I was like, damn, that's the balance. I'm thinking, and crazy because we striving to be better. We striving to make records that nobody ever made before. That don't sound like no different. That's a different drum than anybody did. And you just came in as simple. And then from that day forward, all those records, Money Longer and all that, I just kept it simple.
Yeah, man,
you know what I'm saying? But I never thought that because, in a club, I know what it is, but at home, I'm a scientist. So I'm in there trying to figure out the ill shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Really, it's just,
And I had to learn this too, especially like them Spinz beat 18, 19s. Boy, I had 37 sounds in them. I'm going crazy. But
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, over time and, working with artists, we start to realize that the vocal is the last instrument.
Yep.
So it's like just leaving spaces. So now, I ain't gonna lie, like, boy, beats, 3 sounds, boy. Add a little hump here and there, but man, keep that shit simple.
Facts. Let's get into technique.
Okay.
Playing or clicking?
Both.
What's better?
Both. Shit.
Why clicking is just as good as playing?
Man, clicking fire. Like, man,
it's fire for FL?
Oh, everything? Yeah, it's fire for FL. Okay. I can't speak, y'all go crazy with the
I just see the ghost notes and all that, and I'm just like, bro, I don't even get it. Like,
see, I don't really know how to work the ghost notes, but, like, I will say this, like, the shit I can click in, man, that shit fire, because, like, shout out to my boy Zay, the legend, boy. Zay go crazy, but I get around a little bit. Like, I can go crazy on the piano roll. Like, we're going stupid, yeah.
All right, second question. This was a cheat code for all of us. Even Drummer Boy, me and him talked about it. Making a melody on one track and then copying it down, changing the instruments. Are you a fan of that, or you just change?
Fire, layering. Fire.
You think that's a South thing, or you think?
I think it's just a production technique. You know what I'm saying? Like, that people really should use. Like, hell yeah.
Right. I do it sometimes. I thought I was cheating. I'm like, bro, they was like, bro, you ain't gonna play nothing different.
Look,
I'm like, bro, I ain't got no articulation.
Listen,
I'm just copying it down.
Listen, all right, I want to say this because you just, and I know we get in our bag and in our head, right? But this is what I live by. This is what my DJ shit be kicking in. Like, bro, we do all of this shit, this technical shit under the hood for a motherfucker to say yes or no in the first 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Or on the dance floor. Damn. Like, boy, they not finna know. Like, she over there shaking that motherfucker. She don't know this a Spinz 808.
That's a
she
fact.
Just know that motherfucker moving.
That's a fact.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. She don't know the names of nothing. She don't know the name of the snare, nothing.
So that be my thought. Like, when I'm in there making the beat, I'm just over there, I'm thinking about her. I'm like,
That's
yeah.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
All this technical. So she ain't gonna know I cheated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She just gonna like the beat.
That goal accomplished.
That's crazy, because my wife always tell me that, bro. She like, yo, I don't know the difference. I just want to hear how that shit sound.
Yeah, they want finished product.
I don't know what you did.
Man.
They don't even care. They don't even care if I collab with somebody.
Yeah, bro.
You ain't do the beat. I don't care who did the damn organs.
That's why I think, like, producers more, like, got to get out of their head sometimes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because, and not to take away from being a scientist, you still want to be a scientist, but focus on the things that, or focus on the goal of what you're doing. You know what I mean? And it's under the hood technical, but a maintenance man or a repair man, he works on your car so it can drive.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we doing this so people can vibe. You know what I mean? So that's what I want.
I never asked nigga, what you do to fix the sink? He just fixed that shit and I paid him.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. I never asked that nigga. Yo, fuck it. What's wrong with the ice maker? I don't give a fuck what you had to do.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's get into what we need to get into, and that's the DJ Spinz 808.
Oh, here we go.
You went from years and years and years of glory off of this 808. We talked about it. We sit with Metro, and then me and you just got off in the corner talking about some shit.
Yeah.
And the first thing we wanted to talk about was the Spinz 808. Now, debunk. Let's start from the beginning. How did that happen?
Okay. For me, right? Yeah. The 808 in question. You know what I'm saying?
The 808 in question.
The 808 in question. Okay, from back then, right? Like, you might have sounds that you get from, your OGs, or you get from, you remember the torrent sites, or Lil Jon Kid, or whoever, Polo the Don Kid, whatever, right? But they all be like these 808s. So for me, it's like, shit, I don't know who the fuck made the beat. I mean, who made the instrument. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm finna use it. Yeah, so like for me, it's an 808 that I had been using, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of my songs, like, you'll hear it. And then one day, Sonny gave me some kits. You know what I'm saying? Sonny gave me, I went over to his crib, 516 at the time. And then this is like kind of right before my introduction to FL, because I was still on Logic, you know what I mean? And he was giving me some shit, showing me a little shit on FL. And I got a kit from him, and it had a Spinz 808 in it. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the same 808 that I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't know who necessarily made it, you know what I'm saying? Or that 808, but it's the same 808 I've been using, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like shit, you know what I'm saying?
man, it carried your career. Even if you didn't produce all the records that came out over the past 15 years, it all got the DNA in it.
Yeah, KY tell me that all the time.
Every time, bro.
I tell people all the time, like, bro, I ain't never put out a drum kit. You know what I'm saying? So I think what I want people to get out of the situation is that focus on the goal. That's you know what I'm saying? Because and I stay out of it purposely a lot because it's like I see people arguing about who made a wave file. And it's like, it's cool. If you did make the wave file, great, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's about how you use it and how you put your sauce on it and you do your thing and how it fit into your... Because you can give me, you, Sonny, we can give us all the same sounds and we all gonna come back with different beats.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Everybody got their own DNA.
Yeah, so it's just like, man, like if this a fire-ass 808 that's helping y'all and helping produce around the world, man, I love that shit. Go crazy. Like,
yeah, I've seen DJ Spinz 808 distorted, DJ Spinz
you know what I'm
high, low.
Yeah, go crazy.
G key, G minor, fucking all kinds of shit. I'm like, bro.
I be throwing the extra sauce on there. I've loaded up the Spinz 808 today. Oh, I want to go this way with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we finally got out the way because I wanted the people to know, bro, it's all about the end process and the goal. It's not about where the sound came from. Yes. Even though he appreciate y'all giving him the name for the DJ Spinz 808.
Spinz 808 bigger than me. I'm just a humble servant.
Some people might not even know where Spinz came from. You know what I mean? We here to, give you your medals. We won't say flowers.
Thank you.
I definitely, appreciate you coming through. We're going to get into the process right now. This is BackTrak, DJ Spinz, the legendary, and Don Cannon, #1 co-signer, baby. You know this. The BackTrak General is here, Don Cannon. I'm here with my man, DJ Spinz, and this is the process.
It's going to do one of my favorites, man. A lot of me. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of me.
A lot of me, my boy Pluto.
That's right.
The one, the only.
That's the one and only.
You know.
You know what I mean? Before we start, we was just talking off camera. Southside, and I'm bringing this up a lot.
Yep.
It's one of these guys that I watched. One time I was like, yo, I need some beats for Uzi. He was like, bro, just give me a room, big bro. He
finna give you about 15 of them in an hour,
bro,
for sure.
He came in, no lie. I think he gave for 2 days, he gave me 75 beats, bro. Yeah. But when I snuck in, I was watching one time, he wasn't playing no sounds. He was just, it was like motherfucking Jim Carrey. You ever see that meme? He was on some shit like this. And then once he got done clicking, he played the press express bar. It was a beat.
Yeah. And you know what's even funny?
Like, yo, what the fuck?
You know what's even funny about Sizzle? Sizzle, a lot of times, don't even be having no computer. He just gonna jump on your shit and go crazy. That shit's so funny.
That's the hardest thing to do, bro. I don't know where niggas' sounds is at.
He don't need no sound. He need one VST and drum. He over with.
Bro, I seen him do that. I'm like, yo, who does that? There's only one other kid that does this, Go Grizz. They don't even hear no joint. They just do it and then.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
So the process, when you going into beats, I mean, this is early you.
Yeah. Well, not super early, but like, we coming up on about 9-10 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're going into this process, what was your thoughts? Like, do you work under pressure better? Do you like, yo, Pluto needs some records? Mm-hmm. Or do you say, I just want to make some shit and I'm going to just give it to whoever? I know I work better when I'm not working on something for Future. No. I'm working on something for myself. So I just be like, I don't got that person in mind. I'm going to just get them what, Right. And normally the records that I don't think they're going to pick, they pick.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't really try to get into it. I just give them the opposite of what I think they're going to pick, and they pick it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. What's your thought process moving into it?
Whatever, like, the task is. I do like having a task.
Yep.
I think when we was doing this like on the Evil album.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, we was wrapping it up. Pluto, he record every day. So especially like when he's getting to the end of a project, like he go in overdrive. He gonna keep working, so he gonna work down there till that motherfucker come out. Like he's still in the booth when they hit DSP.
Yeah.
But like I woke up one day knowing that this what we doing, and then my boy SK, he had came, we had made a couple, and like SK so found the keys. So he just had left me just like a couple. He just leave me like some chords, you know what I'm saying? And shit, I came back. I think this one I came back to it the next morning. Heard them motherfuckers. I was like, oh yeah, psh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's do it real quick. This is no quick one.
So you started with the chords that he laid out.
Yep.
Let's get into it. For people that don't know what it is.
All right. So yeah, it started with this. It's a new computer or a newer computer. So it's the waves from it. But I think this came out of like Electra. Like it was one of the tone
was this
instruments.
FL11 or what?
This was FL11.
This is going to be the argument. FL11 is the best one they ever made. I don't understand it why they would say that, but
algorithm's a bit different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you can finesse FL to hit any, 11, 20, 24. Like
right.
It just, you got to do a little bit extra, just to move around on the different ones. But FL11 was kind of just like making it bounce.
Yeah, I seen a couple people was like, they had the legacy plugin set up right there, but they didn't have them on the newer versions. Like, you click them knobs and say pre-computed. So they got the, okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
They got it on here. Good. But, yeah, this was the first sound or the first chords. And, super flavor, just vibe. So I heard that, and I took the MIDI, like we was talking about off camera, and I cheated. I was like, okay, cool, Okay, even before the second sound, I think I just put a loop of these chords and went hi-hat first.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I bring them in and you can hear that. So let's do this. It's how I normally make beats. I get like a little
highlighted section.
Yep.
Okay.
So we got that, and then I'm coming in straight. Let's do it.
And these were click-ins.
Click-ins.
Okay. Do you keep your hi-hats low in a space and snares high? Like, what's the thought process of it? Or do you turn everything all the way to fuck up?
Nah, not me. For me, I try to put everything in its place in the mix. Okay. Hi-hats for me, because they can be piercing sometimes.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I don't like them to be too high.
Got you.
And a lot of times, like even in this one, I layered the hi-hats.
Got you, okay.
You know what I mean? Just for like, the hi-hats give me my rhythm. So a lot of times when I make beats, drum-wise, I'm going hi-hat first.
Got you.
You know, same thing on this one. So this first one, it's kind of just giving you that bounce. Yep. Like, you know what I mean? That Spinz bounce, and then shit. Once I got the first one, then I go clap.
Yup. And what's this clap called? The Luger clap?
This the Luger clap. Like, if you know, you know. Now, true story. This kit right here, I got it from Sizzle. This is the if you make trap beats, you know about this kit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So. Trap essentials, and I to this day still use a lot of these same drums. Like,
right.
Yeah, so clap, you know what I mean? Now I got my bass rhythm. I'm like, okay, cool. Here comes the extra clap.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you can walk them down, you feel me? So this, I did a little something different right here, right? So like, let me show you. So this next instrument, I was starting like this. And then if you just hear it by itself, right? Like I'm going just
down the
just
line.
Regular, right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, like rhythm. Like when I'm making my drums, I'm just thinking about how you gonna bounce to it. So I hit it with a little gross beat. You know what I'm saying? And then the difference that it makes in the mix is, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it gotta bounce.
Yeah, so now we up, and then shit, I think I went snare first, 808 last.
We go snare?
Yeah, we go snare, you know what I'm saying? 808 last, you feel me? You know, so hold on, come in like this. Luger snare.
Everybody's trying to figure out how to layer that properly. How do you layer it properly? The clap
That's it
low?
right there.
Okay, so
that's
clap
it.
higher than snare, snare higher than clap.
It just depends.
On the layer, okay.
It just depends. Every beat is a little different, you know what I mean? Just volume-wise.
Yeah, I prefer to try it out myself because they have kits where somebody layered already. But I just think that's just like, I want to work on it a little bit myself, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Right, yeah. So nah, it's like, you know, and then with any beat, everything is just beat dependent. So
yeah, that's right.
Like this one, I try to keep shit super simple. I had this, and then you know what it was time for.
Yep.
You know what it was time for.
Yep.
It's time for him. You know what I'm saying? So this day I was like, you know, we can go regular, but I told you, Spinz 808, you hear it from me. Put your sauce on it. Like, whatever you want to do. So today I was feeling a little distortion sauce. So initially I went like this. Let me pull up this channel so I can give you the bare bones real quick. So, all right, 21. Use my lucky numbers. Okay, boom. So if we go regular, this how it was coming. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple. But today, all right, we need you to cut through. So come through like this. Give it a little something. Yeah, that's a little something. Ain't too much.
Yeah.
Now it's like, need to get it over the hump. Just a little bit more than I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Now we in there.
Hard.
You know what I'm saying? And
Hard.
then, so the only other, I just brought the other sound in too. So what I did when I said I cheated earlier, so this main sound, I took the same MIDI and I went to like an arpeggio and I half-timed it. And then that's why you get this sound. And it just kind of like, when you coming from the other sound, this one felt like a breath of fresh air. Like it's already kind of dreamy, but then this take me like in the clouds.
Right.
So if we play it from the start and come in like this.
And do you tune your sounds, or you just tune the 808 or down?
Oh, like drum wise?
Yeah. I know people tune their hi-hats to sound in key with the synths and all that. You do that?
Nah. Hell nah. Or at least not to have it in key with everything else. Like if the snare ain't snapping enough, I might drop it a half step or a whole step, but not trying to make it match the 808 on that.
Got you.
Yeah, but that's it, man. It's literally two sounds and drums and Spinz 808.
Mixing. Let's talk about mixing. Do you use a lot of plugins on like different tracks, or you just leave it
You want to
bare
see my
minimum?
master?
Yeah.
That's my master.
Nothing.
It's nothing. like
Nothing.
FL, man. FL is the microwave, man. Like that shit'll get you hot and ready real fast. Like,
So do you turn it all the way up? You leave it regular or what?
hell nah. Like this shit might be turned down a little bit, right?
That's crazy. It is turned down.
Yeah, like, and I don't know if I bounced it like that, but that's it. Like, I think I might have tried the blood overdrive on the master, but I ended up not going with it and just leaving it like that.
And is that beat based, or is that just you just don't never put nothing on there?
Man, in FL,
Yeah.
I might throw a soft clipper on something sometimes, but sometimes you don't need it. Like, I think that's the magic of FL. Like, when we talking about these different programs, I think, like, especially with Logic, I used to have to work so hard to get my shit to do anything.
Coloring in Logic is crazy. Bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, with FL, it's just like, whoop, we done.
How many beats you making these days, a day or a week?
Man, I kind of go in cycles like we were talking about earlier. So, like, 1 week I might make 15, you know what I'm saying? But the next 2 weeks I might make 1 or 2, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like whatever's going on in life. But I do like taking them periods to where it's like, okay, I go hard, then I go off, I go on vacation, I go out of town. I just go experience some stuff and then take my computer there. And then when I come back, I'm like refreshed. You know what I mean? With new ideas, new inspiration. So,
Still cooking though?
Still cooking. Oh, we never stop cooking.
Still DJing? No.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. See, the club thing for me is tricky now because I have like sensitive ears. So it's really it's really hard for me to be in loud environments.
Facts.
So clubs is very, very, very sparingly and at the crib, sometimes I get on the 12s and just, play around. And whenever somebody need me, I actually did some mixes for my station back home a couple months ago. They asked me all the time. So
that's good to keep the hometown involved.
Yeah, just it's just fun. It's good exercise.
Yeah.
And to be honest, a lot of the drop off in me DJing in probably the last, I say 5 years or 6 years, has been I haven't been super intrigued with a lot of the music.
Me neither.
know?
Yeah, it doesn't drive me like I used to. I was just telling somebody the other day, I went through periods of, I love hype music that gets me going. So I started early. It was Lil Jon and Eastside Boys got me there. Then sometime down the line, I got Grove Street Party and Hard in the Paint, you know what I'm saying? And then I even went into the Racks on Racks era, and, Pretty Boy Swags, and, you move. And then when I stopped getting that information, I couldn't feel the music anymore.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't watch shorties dance no more. I'm just like,
same.
They just taking pictures? That's all y'all doing?
This shit burnt.
You know what I'm saying?
It's over with.
Yeah, so I that's why I had to kind of like bail out myself. I'll do a corporate gig every once in a while where I know I can play any type of music I want.
Open format.
Yeah, jazz, I can play whatever.
Yeah.
Those are fun to me because it's like, man, they going to dance, they came to party. It's not that everyday week of, I'm going to Vegas and everybody's standing around and, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
So, I capped out on that in my ears too. I started, when I got into real production and doing things, when I'm in a club, I'm just kind of like, yo.
So I'm not the only one.
No.
Okay,
no.
when I tell people, I feel like the odd one in the room because I'm like, bro, that shit ain't loud to y'all. Yeah, I'm like, that shit ain't loud to y'all.
Turn that down.
Yes, I have to.
Yeah.
And thank God, shout out to Apple, man.
The decimal.
Thank God, bro, because, I don't know what I would do without these, bro.
Right.
Thank you, Apple, because the noise cancellation, bro. Thank you. That's all I got.
Apple, he need a care package. Send him 3, 4, 5 of them. Send him the Maxes, all that.
Please, man. M4, you can do that too. M4 Max, we take all that.
Facts. 2 more things, business-wise. Have you ever thought about selling your catalog?
Kinda, but not really.
Yeah. Too rich, you don't need it.
No. I ain't saying that. It's just kind of like maybe at a certain time, but for me, I enjoy just kind of riding it out and just accumulating and just building. Like, I know too, shit, he sell that shit, man. The tax man want that shit too, so I don't like him.
Yeah, nobody like him. Shit, nobody like him.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Moving forward, what's in the plans? Business ventures, collaborations. I know, obviously we were just in there with Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
And working on his new project.
Yeah, man.
What's next for you? And what do you see in the next 5 years for yourself, going into OG status? You know what I'm saying?
On the way to activity.
Activity, bro.
Yeah, man. Man, really, man, I just, honestly, now, I kind of branched off into 98% of my playlist is kind of instrumentals. So I listen to a lot of like jazz, just chill stuff. I started a community service effort called the Cashmere Collective.
Dope.
I released instrumentals under that. So building that out, with Tro, we working on this project. Me and Tank are also working on the Space Invaders album.
Oh, that's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
So, yeah, just that and, kind of, I guess, whatever pops up in between that. But just really, man, just trying to feed people good medicine, like, with my gift. Like, when it comes to music, like, I just want to make people feel good. So anything under that umbrella, like, that's what I'm focused on.
Word. That's what's up. Glad to be here. Hoodrich family, Hoodrich activities. You. We ain't going to say Unc activities. We're going to say Hoodrich activities. Shout to Tank. What's up, Tank? Shot the Screen.
Yes, sir.
Rip. Screen!
You did.
You know what I'm saying? I forgot to ask you, man. What's the tag about? Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, this one right here.
What's the tag? What are they saying?
Cut it up.
Okay, cut it up.
You want me to solo it out? So this is, if you've ever heard my mixtapes, like the same thing that's DJ Spinz.
Okay.
This came from the same file.
Wow. Okay.
And it's my little brother when he was like 4 years old. He came.
He gonna want a piece of that catalog later.
Yeah, he be on my neck, man. You know what I'm saying? But this love, he already tied in. You feel me? We tied in for life.
Dope.
But yeah, man, it's like he did that, and I was using the DJ Spinz for mixtapes. I started making beats. I was like,
yeah, I remember that tag, but then I started hearing this. I'm like, Where'd that come from?
Yeah, same
For the
five.
longest, you come down, I'm thinking, you got 1,000 kids. A lot of people be like, yo, I got 4 already. I'm like, damn, I ain't even get into that yet. You got 4 kids, and some people use their kids.
Right.
Helluva had, his kids doing, Helluva made this baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I had to jump into that.
Oh yeah, nah, that's original from Augusta. Yes, sir.
Augusta Works. This is the BackTrak legendary show right here. Don Cannon. Make sure you watch it on Tomorrow Network. Like and subscribe. DJ Spinz, go find him, blow his phone up. He's still out here active, getting money, making beats, collabing, and mentoring. You know what it is.
Love.